It has to be very scalable. That's the second. That's the third pala, no? So big market, then the solution needs to be scalable. So that usually involves tech. Because tech, right, is a bit more asset light than traditional industries, right? So tech is highly scalable because you leverage your technology to be able to scale. So one of our criteria in selecting founders, right, as connected to your question about the DNA of a founder. So the first thing we look at is a deep domain expertise in a specific industry. So for example, there are unique problems that you will know in the banking industry if you've worked in banking, that founders who don't have any experience in banking, the back operations, for example, would never know. They can probably read about it, but the ins and outs of, let's say, coming up with an AI solution for bank consolidation, that's something you won't know how to solve if you don't even understand the problem well. So we're looking for seasoned people who know a problem very closely, very significantly, or very intimately, right? So that's number one, domain expertise in a specific industry. The second would be, of course, as an entrepreneur, you can't fold at first sign of adversity, right? So we're looking at mental toughness and all these things, determination, right? Is this founder, because at the very start of investing or working with someone, you won't really know if that founder, will succeed with the idea, but what remains is his resilience, diba? So you want to look at the entrepreneurial nature of that founder, even if he has not been an entrepreneur before. You'll see that with his DNA in the way he worked, for example, in corporate, right? You'd know if medyo mahina loob, right? Or medyo palaban. You kind of feel those people, right? The second is you need to be solving a big market opportunity. Solving a very niche problem for a very small market might not be what we call venture backable or venture investable, because because the studio acts as both as a fund and an incubator, right? You're also looking at 10x, 100x returns. If the market is small of the problem you're solving, right, it's not worth it to do. So it might be what you call a lifestyle business. A lifestyle business is something that you just, it pays you, you're comfortable, right? That's a lifestyle business. But some people like us, we look for something that will 100x nga, mag 100x. So that's not a lifestyle business. It's not a restaurant, for example, right? It has to be very scalable. That's the third pala, no? So big market, then the solution needs to be scalable. So that usually involves tech. Because tech, right, is a bit more asset light than traditional industries, right? So tech is highly scalable because you leverage your technology to be able to scale. At least for us, because the plan is to really get into AI. It's expensive to build AI companies. That's number one. It's expensive to hire data scientists and people who really know the AI tech stack. How do you build a large language model, for example? We think that there's a lot of founders who have AI first ideas or who can be AI companies but don't know anything about where to start about building their own large language model. So we come in as the domain kind of experts in that to help them out in their AI journey. They might not be an AI company at first, but they can be, and that would need an AI strategy. So that's one. That's the AI part. No, this is true for even non-AI startups like in tech, right? So how do you even find a good kind of tech team, right? A CTO, which is a common problem for startups. The second is the common problem is how do I find a good co-founder? If you're alone, You have an idea, you don't know who to partner with as a co-founder to really help you out. Because it's entrepreneurship is a lonely journey. No? It's hard to do it on your own. As well as VCs really look at founding teams of at least 2, 3, 4. Right? Hirap kasi maging solo founder. I mean, if it's a lifestyle business, maybe okay lang. But if you do, you wanna scale and all these things, you might need a team, no, with you. The studio acts as a co-founder. We call ourselves the Swiss Army knife co-founder for entrepreneurs. So we can help out in terms of the AI. More specifically, I think we have corporate finance expertise. So how do you even do valuations? How do you raise money? These are things that a first-time founder might not have expertise on yet. So finance is a very important part that I think most incubators, accelerators, or even studios have lacking. So how do you do pricing analysis, unit economics? How do you price your service? Right? So we think that organizations who are resilient and organizations who are sustainable are those who grow their core business and build new ones. In this case, let's say an example of let's say Amazon. So Amazon started with e-commerce, right? Books, essentially books. And then what they did was they extended that value proposition to building Kindle, which was not their core business, because their core business was e-commerce and books, right? And then they expanded further into something that they didn't have any experience on, which is cloud computing, which is now Amazon Web Services. So we think that the companies who do stay true to their e-commerce, because Amazon's e-commerce is still there and it's growing, but build new businesses that leverage on their strengths. Because Amazon Web Services, for example, was a solution to their internal problem that was then spun off into a different company. And is now, I think, responsible for at least a third of the revenue of the whole Amazon group. So to answer that question directly, it's really growth and transformation. So those companies who build their existing core business and build new ones that are non-core, like what Amazon did, are those companies who are resilient, innovative. So they are not prone to disruption. Hence, this is why I think also there are different models of corporate innovation. So you can have internal incubators. So you don't need, like, let's say what Globe did with Kickstart or 917. Some companies don't need other companies and just focus on, let's say, building their internal innovation capability. But there are different models of corporate innovation, like setting up your corporate venture capital fund, like Kickstart, and setting up your corporate venture builder, like 917 Ventures. And both of those are from Globe, right? It's an example. But again, there are different models. Another model, which is the more popular one, is buying other companies, which is mergers and acquisitions. So that's another route kasi for innovation. Consulta MD bought 2 healthcare companies. Health tech companies, diba? Parang the one with AC Health, ano ba yung isa? Aid and something, yeah. Ayala bought Zalora, for example. Robinson's Group bought a stake in Beauty Manila. Yung mga ganyan, diba? They're like e-commerce play. They don't want to build it themselves. They just can acquire, right? Or at least invest significant amount. All industries, energy, transportation, mobility, fintech, healthcare, ano pa ba, fashion, e-commerce, madami pa. Like even the logistics landscape, right? How do you connect 7,000 islands in terms of middle mile and last mile logistics? It's still a big problem. So logistics costs are very high in the Philippines. Therefore, also unit economics is not very good for retailers and e-commerce. Even them, the current ones, haven't fully solved the problem. So it's not a winner takes all market. It's not like meron ng Paymongo, so that means I can't do another Paymongo. Because I might have a better solution than Paymongo. Diba? So even that alone, I'm pretty sure there are customers that might not be happy with Paymongo. We can't make everyone happy, right? There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of problems to be solved, and we need more entrepreneurs to be solving those. Wherever you are in your entrepreneurial journey, right? May past entrepreneur failed, that's okay. Do it again. First time entrepreneur, go solve a problem. Diba? This is so much problems, right, in emerging markets, especially in the Philippines, that can be solved by entrepreneurship, which I think should be done.